That was good.
That was gonna be good. Okay, that's cool. So this is amazing. I'm so excited. This is Drea, and we're just gonna get to know each other because we've like seen each other a lot.
Yay.
We've been in a lot of like the same kind of communities and like circles, and we met that one night, and that was really cool. I feel like weirdly, I felt kind of like we got kind of deep or something. Okay, so that's cool. So okay, so you grew up in California. Wait, and then did you like that? What was your kind of childhood like?
Oh,
Was it like
childhood
crazy?
like. Are you ready to go that deep?
Yeah.
You want me to like spill it all on the table?
Yeah.
Okay. Because like we were.
You can ask me if you can ask me. I'll be deep.
Okay.
I can tell you anything too.
Okay.
Open book.
I was good at sharing.
Okay.
I'm like
that's good. No, you're.
I'm probably like the
I was
most
really
wild
good.
oversharer.
just from like.
Yeah.
Like I'll literally like even like when I was telling you about my night last night, I feel
Mhm.
like I just randomly would just tell people like, yeah, and like just like super whatever. And I think I'm almost dramatic a little bit to the sense that I feel like I make it sound worse.
Way more.
Like
It
worse.
was.
Like I like literally was just sleeping and I'm like, yeah, it was really bad. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So wait, you grew up California. Crazy childhood. A little bit?
Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, but I have a lot of siblings, and I feel like having a big family has a big part to do with like where the Lord has brought me out of.
Really?
If that makes sense. But then also back into for this season.
Wow.
But California is an interesting place to be raised because I feel like with Pepperdine, like I was like exposed to a lot of people who were like from the Midwest and like very family oriented, and I'm just like, wait, what is this? Because I feel like California is more individual. Like I feel like you have to fight for family, like being a part of the state. Like it's very, it's not very common. I feel like there's a lot more. I mean, you'll see it all throughout LA. Like we have like the biggest homeless population. There's a lot of like scarcity or like that discrepancy between like the middle class. Like there really is no middle class in California. I feel like there's either like higher class or like you're a middle class but you're like working class.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like my childhood growing up was not the easiest, which is crazy because I feel like that has a big part in like even like today, like I think the pastor was sharing like the power of your testimony.
Oh, it's so
and like
good.
Even like throughout all of that, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna film this with Capra, and I'm like a very private person. Yeah, I'm a very private person, and so like I will share, but it's never. I don't know. It's like so interesting to see how the Lord like takes you out of one place and then like brings you to another place. And so, I was raised with not really I have three older brothers, and then I found out last year about my half brother, who was born after those three brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
And so then there's like my older sister Ellie, then me, and then my younger sister.
Okay.
And so I grew up in a really broken home, like really broken home. Which is interesting because both my parents know the Lord and love Him, but they like follow Him in like their own way.
What do you mean by that?
Just very like I feel like being raised. I was like brought up in the church. Like my mom like really taught me like the importance of like building the relationship, like my own relationship with God. But the church that we attended, that I was like raised in, not the best memories. Like it's really sad because like just last year, not last year, last week, I went to the pastor of that home church, his funeral, which was a huge thing because it wasn't until like I came to Pepperdine and like started going to Vintage where I was like, wait, why was like the church I was raised in? Like it felt like a cult. Like
really?
To be honest. Like
wow.
With so much love and respect towards the people who like were there, I realized how unhealthy it was. And it wasn't until like my first that like year and a half that I was in community college where the Lord like brought me into a place of solitude.
Wow.
And like He was like, hey, like we're gonna be really tight and you're gonna like learn a lot about me.
Wow.
And I feel like that prepared me for like my time here. But yeah, I was raised in a big family and I feel like that comes with a lot of like messiness. I mean, every family does, but from a young age, I was exposed to a lot of like I didn't struggle. Like I don't struggle with substance abuse, but my brothers, all three of them, well, two mainly, but like like struggled with substance abuse, alcohol abuse. And so that was really hard, like being raised around.
Yeah.
Like both my parents.
And that's because like they're leading you. They're
yeah,
your older brothers.
Yeah. And so it was really hard, like seeing like the way that they lived as a young child. And my dad was unfaithful to my mom multiple times, and they're still together. And so even like as I'm older, as an older woman now, like I'm like growing into a woman, and like your mom is usually like the figure that you want to be. And like I love my mom; she has admirable qualities, but I think that's where the Lord has been teaching me a lot in this season.
Wow.
Of like having that extra grace and compassion towards her as a woman, and not like building resentment towards like the decisions that like her and my dad made at a young age.
Wow.
And so yeah, there's a
wow.
lot to unpack there.
Yeah. Wow.
But
wow.
Yeah.
How'd you know about your dad? Is that something that you found out, or was that?
It was something my brothers joked around a lot about
wow.
when I was like 4 years old. And so it's like my 3 full brothers, and then my half brother in the middle, and then my full sister, and then me, and then so like he's
Wow.
like my
middle
brother. Like,
that's wild
like,
too, because that's like in the middle. It's like wow. So it's funny because I have a somewhat similar. It's not funny, but okay. I always say that. Whenever something's like so serious, I'm always like, it's so funny.
I'm the same way.
But
I'm like, we
it's
can laugh
hilarious
it off.
that but anyways, my brother, so my dad had my brother. So he was married to I'm so bad at making this like clear, but he's married. He was married to my sister's mom, and had an affair with his secretary. And that's my brother. And he had my brother and didn't tell anyone for a year. Had a baby, and that's my sister. And I don't really know exactly how this goes because the only person I'm getting this information from is my brother. And so it's not like my dad's told me anything, really. He's just kind of been like, yes. Yeah. So, like, I don't really know exactly the math of it all, but I know that it's, like, my brother's before my sister. And I didn't know that until college. I thought that I guess when I was younger, I even thought, like, he was married to my brother's mom and then got married to my sister's mom. And I'm like, wow, this guy is so committed to all these women. And then, like, and then got married to my mom. And my mom, so anyway, so that was like kind of, it is interesting where you're just like, wow, you're kind of complex and kind of like weird. And how do you do these things? And like, I like love you and you love me, but like, it's just weird, like how complex. It's like, wait, that's interesting. Yeah. Like, what does that mean for me? Yeah. Like, you know, it's like weird. So how'd you find out about your brother?
It was a little bit over a year ago where we officially like found out about
and
him.
Is this your dad? That's,
yeah.
Okay, and then
dad.
Did your dad knew about this, your brother, the whole time though, or no?
Well, he's the one that wasn't faithful, so
he knew.
So my dad knew about this other child. Like he was paying child support, okay. But like he kept it in the closet, like away from like my sisters and I, like growing up.
Wow. Because like mom knew.
Yeah, my mom knew.
Wow.
Like, there's a lot that like we found out like when he reached out to my older brother, because that's how we kind of like they connected.
Wow.
I still haven't met him yet, so that's still something I'm like walking. With the Lord, because he's met all my other siblings before, and so I'm like the only one that he has not met, and so even that it feels very new, but not really, because they finally met like a year and a half ago, like last January. But it was crazy. I had just gotten back to Pepperdine because the fires had happened, and then they started the semester a little bit later, like a week later, and then I was at the dinner table with a few friends, and then my brother calls, and he was like, "Oh, I need to talk." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "Can you talk to me?" And then he's like, "No, I need to talk to like my older sister." And I'm like, "Why not? Like, why can't you talk to me?" And then I like followed her outside, and she had him on the speaker. I'm like, "I'm gonna go listen."
Yeah, what do you mean?
And then he's like, "I found her brother," and we were like,
really in a movie.
And low key, I thought like one of my brothers that I like know, like I thought they found one of them like dead, and I like that was like terrifying. I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean?" He was like, "No, like we found like our half brother, like Alex," and then it was insane because like I don't have like any photos of him, but
wow,
it's crazy because like he looks exactly like my dad when he was younger, and it's just like wow, like I'm sure like to like experience that and knowing that like you have another sibling out there, and I feel like even though like I'm not the closest with my brothers.
Mhm.
Like, just knowing that, like, we, like, experienced a whole lifetime. Like, not an entire life, because we're, like, still pretty young.
Yeah.
But, like, 20 plus years without him in it.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, like, having to, like, invite a complete stranger into that is very intimate and, like, scary.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, like, he doesn't know the Lord.
He
I just
doesn't.
know.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And so even that, I'm, like, praying, like, for when, like, the time comes that's, like, an opportunity to, like, share the love with him. And I think that's why God has, like, been really gentle in, like, allowing me to take my time, so that when it does happen, like, it's genuine.
Wow.
But yeah, found out through my brother.
Wow.
And then he didn't tell any of my parents. Like, he was like, I'm gonna meet up with him, like, later this week, and then
His
met up with
brother's
him.
like,
He's the oldest brother. He's a lot older. He
Took
has,
charge.
like, kids of his own. And then yeah, they met up, and then now they're, like, working towards, like, building, like, a relationship together. But I still have not had. I have no contact with him yet. So yeah.
Wow.
But
that's wild. Do you think that in any way, like, how did that shape the way, like, could you have seen that coming, or when that happened, were you, like, really surprised? You know what I mean? Like, were you, like, kind of like, oh wait, this makes sense, my dad would do something like this, or was it just, how did you feel?
Yeah. Well, I had known that my dad was, like, unfaithful to my mom a few times. Like, there were, like, incidents in the past where, like, my older sister had, like, found out of, like, certain things. So it was, like, really hard growing up. Like, I'm not the closest, like, emotionally with my parents. And so even being back home now, it's like God's, like, teaching me, like, oh, like, how do you, like, love them well and, like, be there for them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I don't know if that answers your question, but
so not necessarily, it wasn't a surprise, but it's still like world changing.
Yeah, it's still a complete different, like, perspective that you get on life. And you're just like, oh, and then it's more common than you think, which doesn't make it, like, better, but it's like more common. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like
people just have affairs. Yeah. So your mom, though, she's, like, stayed with your dad. That's wild. Yeah. And do you think that, like, just because she loves him, or was that just because she has a relationship with God, or what do you? Yeah.
I question it.
You really?
I do question it. Like, I do like, there's moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, maybe they do love each other, and then there's moments where I'm like, oh, but I guess that is marriage. Like, you like make a commitment to it, and I think she honors that commitment and that covenant that she made with the Lord. And I don't fully understand it because I'm not in that yet, like, in that season.
Yeah.
And maybe I will when I'm older. But I think there's a big part of, like, of how, I don't know, it's just, there's, like, a big part of it that I don't understand yet.
Yeah.
But I do question it sometimes. I'm like, wait, is this, like, the best decision that they could have made? At least for, like, what I've been exposed to. And, like, I don't know. It's not the healthiest, I would say. But I really respect and appreciate my parents. Like, they do have great things that I
Well, it's so cool. Yeah. It's so cool. It's so interesting. Because, I mean, I feel like that's just the way, that's a lot of, like, it's so interesting growing up. Because it's like, I feel like you do think of your family as perfect. And then you, like, are like, oh, wow, you're not perfect. And then it's interesting, but you're like, I don't want to, like, I don't want to, like, have like you just said, like, I don't want to have resentment or, like, carry these, like, unforgiveness towards you because I realize you're not perfect, but also don't want to become like you. It's, like, a confusing thing. Yeah. I'm having, like, a crazy. But no, it's so interesting. So how do you feel like so when you left at Pepperdine, do you feel like you noticed, like, things were, because I feel like for me, like, when I was with my family, like, living with them, I, like, oh my gosh, Rocco. Close the door. Why is he having a conversation?
That's so funny.
No, but I feel like when I was, like, living with my family, you kind of don't notice things, and then you move, and you're kind of like, okay, wait,
that's not normal.
That's not normal. And so, how do you feel like when you were growing up, you kind of recognized, like, things, or do you think it was more like when you left to Pepperdine?
I feel like deep down as a child, you're just like, wait, is life supposed to be like this? And, like, you do notice, like, what's right and what's wrong from a young age, at least. But yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of, like, exposing that I feel like God did, like, in my own heart too, towards, like, I don't know, just, like, I don't know, like, for example, if, like, I'm ever around, like, a really healthy family, at least from, like, what I know,
Yeah.
like, at least here like in vintage or like I don't know, it feels so unfamiliar and uncomfortable, but at the same time healing.
Really? What's a good example of that?
Like, shout out to the Snyders.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
I feel
They're amazing.
Like, I don't know their full complete story, but just like I feel like they're
very intentional.
They're very intentional, hospitable.
Yeah. And it's like they're probably not perfect,
yeah,
but they're intentionally.
Yeah. And just like even like the small interactions or the small like gestures, like you don't understand like how much impact that has, like from like just like a family to be able to like give that love to like just like even one person. It's insane. Like I'm just like, wait, God, like I don't want to receive this, but I know I should like receive this because like you want me to like receive your love through them. But sometimes it's uncomfortable because it's unfamiliar. And so, yeah, I think there was a lot of like exposing that I feel like the Lord did in my own heart, where He was like, wait, you don't actually know that you want this for your life. Like for me, like I like would always tell my mom like, oh, I don't want to get married, I don't want kids.
Really?
Like that was like my mindset when I first came to Pepper.
Really?
And now I'm just
because
like,
you were like, I don't want any of this. Like whatever is going on here,
if,
I don't want it.
Yeah, if that's what it is, like I don't want
it.
And so now that I've like experienced and witnessed it in like actual human beings, like I'm like, wait, God, like I actually do want that. Like, and so now I'm like so excited for that because it's such a God thing that He like gives us. You know, it's such a gift to have. But yeah, I feel like I like knew I loved the Lord, but it wasn't until like I actually started like actively like living with people who loved Him genuinely, because I was raised in the church.
So what was like the church? So the church you were raised in, what was it like? What was the?
It was Pentecostal, which is very different. Pretty charismatic, and I would say like the church that we go to is like charismatic in its own
What
way.
about it felt like kind of like crazy?
Just it was like it became like unhealthy. Like I remember like when I was young, it felt like family. But I think like as you shift your like gaze from like the Lord to like a person, and then when that person like completely like is no longer able to lead, because like the last few years of this pastor's life, like he wasn't able to lead the church.
Really?
There was a lot of like division in the church and a lot of gossip, and it was I didn't
So was
realize,
it just really based off of the pastor? That's what you're saying? Like it was the
yeah,
pastor.
I feel like a lot of people, like he's a great man. Like he was a great man, and I don't think there was any ill intent from him. But I think in the way that it operated, it was like, oh, if you left the church, like you shouldn't talk to those people if they left the church.
No way.
Or if they like went to another church, like it was like just there was a lot of division, a lot of gossip. It was really unhealthy, and I was like, wait, this doesn't feel like God's heart. Like, and so like I left like a year before coming to Pepperdine, and like there's still people that go there that I genuinely love, but it's like there's like this veil that's like covering you from like the true reality, and maybe it's not like a cult per se, but in the way that it operated, it felt very much like you couldn't leave.
Oh wow.
And if you left, then like you were no good, or like like you weren't following God's will, and so there was a lot of people that did end up leaving, but there is like even like going back like a few weeks ago for like his funeral, because they held it there, was really hard because I saw a lot of people from my childhood.
Really?
Yeah. And it was weird because it was healing, even though it was like kind of scary to go and like revisit that time of my past.
Super interesting. Because and do you feel like God prepared you for that for by the time you got? You think that's what He does? A lot of definitely. Like, hey, I'm gonna take you out, like spend some time with me, and we're gonna bring you back so that. I don't know. Do you think He just done a lot of that? Because you kind of said that with your family. Yeah, because I was able to go back and like genuinely, like I feel like usually when stuff like that happens to people, it's like there's a lot of church hurt. But I was able to go back and just like love them for where they're at, and there's no bad blood. I would say like there's no bad blood. Like I wish them and I just feel like God, like that was like kind of like the stamp, that was like the seal for like
that part of my life.
Really?
You know,
the recently.
Even though like I had known like in my heart that I was like completely moved past that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like, it's insane because like I'm back home and like there's some people that I do know that I will see and they're still caught up in like the same stuff. And I'm just like, wait, like there's so much more God has for you. And like we could get so happy with, or not even happy, just like fixated again, like what has our attention. And like when it's not Jesus, we get stuck there and like we never get to Jesus and like the great things that he has.
So what do you feel like? So you knew, like, you had a relationship with God your whole life. And then do you feel like it wasn't until you kind of like stepped out of this church that you really came to know his heart? Or how would you explain it?
I feel like
what do you think?
Yeah.
And then how's that been?
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
Like I never denied like the existence of God. Like I've never, because I feel like, because in the church I was raised in, it was Pentecostal, like they like believe in like the gifts of the Spirit.
Really?
So like,
okay,
like speaking in tongues, casting out demons. And so like that was familiar to me. And so like
Wow.
I had experienced all of that at a really young age.
Really? It's so cool. I literally just started like experiencing that kind of stuff.
And like God does work in that way. Like, but you have to be careful too, because it's like,
where do you think, because I think I do wonder about this, like sometimes you go to something and it feels super like that and you don't want to judge it. Where do you feel like you felt, like how do you discern, like, okay, this is a little weird, or no, this is like actually the heart of God?
It's like
in that kind of environment.
I feel like that Bible verse where it's like, if you don't have love, like none of it matters.
Yeah, wow.
And so that is like the foundation for everything. And then also like just like knowing that like what are like again, like God's not impressed with those gifts, and if we're not operating out of love and we're not edifying each other in the body of Christ, like none of that actually matters. And I like didn't know that simple truth until I left. And I was like, oh yeah, God is so good, and I knew him. And like I think there are moments like God will encounter you anywhere, yeah. So it's like there's no condemnation like for those who are in Christ. So like there's no like I do think like I think like Paul says it in one of the books where he's like, it doesn't matter how the gospel is presented, at least like the gospel is presented. You know, like God will use that even if it's like presented with ill intent, like,
or like kind of like what Pastor Chris was saying today, like if you're stumbling or if you're saying like he was like, you not being able to do a good job of presenting the gospel isn't what's going to hold God back.
And so like he's going to continue the work. And so I was exposed to that, and so none of that like stuff scared me. So when I came, I remember like Vintage was like very tiny, and like I was like, wait, this like feels so like cute. But it was different because I was not raised around like Christians that like genuinely operated out of love before like going straight into like that. And all like there's a time and a place for those things. But I was like, wait, like these people are so like genuinely in love with God, and like they don't have to operate in these gifts like immediately, and they don't have to be on display. And that's kind of when I realized, I'm like, wait, there's some things in me that like had to come out.
Really?
Like not like full manifestation, but like just like God delivering you from like those certain thoughts, patterns.
Like what was an example?
I feel like for me it was
it's
like
so cool.
Like
these huge pillows.
I think like when you like experience God in that way, it's like sometimes you like, I don't know, for me it was like, oh, like to love Jesus is to like fully know him in like in a supernatural way too. And like I don't know, I guess just like a religious spirit like completely like fell off of me. Where I was like, wait, God, like you really don't care about that. Like I don't have to like prove myself to you.
Like I don't have to like have this crazy prophecy or do some crazy like whatever, like like
for me to
tongues.
Like be qualified.
It was really cool. Julie yesterday was talking because we're in Alpha, and it was literally Holy Spirit like weekend, right? And so they're talking about, they do a video on like tongues and like prophecy, all this random stuff, and she said this, and I thought it was really cool. She was like, all these things are gifts that the Father gives us, but the Father will never love. It's like if I give my kids gifts and they don't open them, I'm not gonna love them any more or less. But they're gifts, so it's like go ahead and try to open them, like whatever. But that's not gonna affect how I love them or how I view them. If I gave them something and they didn't open it, I'm just like, well, hopefully they open it at some point. And I thought that was like a good way of like explaining that stuff, where it's gifts, but it's like not the main thing. It's like things that he's just put out like for you to kind of right.
Yeah, and how we operate from like where we're operating from is like so important, because it's like again, like those are great gifts that we get to use, but like also like they're not like anointing, like you know, it's like that's not what like anoints us. Like it's like God's anointing that like really enables us to like do his work, you know. And like that, like no one can take away, like only God can like give and take away from that. And like gifts is very easy to like pretend or like put on a show now, and that's like that's where you have to use discernment. So yeah, but you asked like how do I think like I feel like you kind of can feel it, you know. Like I'm sure, I don't know if you've ever but you're like, oh wait, this kind of feels off. And like also there's like room for curiosity and for questions, you know, where it's like it should be a safe place for you to like wait, like I don't know what this is.
It's cool because we were talking, I feel like it's interesting how it's like somebody can kind of be in like the religious spirit with that stuff. Because you normally think, okay, like somebody has a religious spirit, so they're like really like regimented or something. But it's almost like they can be really have a religious spirit in just thinking that because they're doing these things, you know what I mean? It's just interesting. It's like different sides of the spectrum or whatever. Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So cool. Oh, so you came to Vintage, and then I feel like, and what do you think that, and then so now you feel like you just like understand God's heart more? Or what do you think that was?
I think I understand his gentleness more.
Really? Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Because it's like,
he is so gentle.
Yeah. Like, because like when you operate from a place of like, oh wait, God, like, I think like a perfect example was like trying to understand God's will, where like sometimes we're not supposed to understand fully what that is. It's like it's the sole purpose of like that, the fact that God created us to live with him and to do life with him. And like I think before I had the heart posture of like, of course, honor towards the Lord, but it almost became a place of like, oh, I needed this for the Lord. Like, you know, for me to be in his will. But it was like, no, wait, like there wasn't, that wasn't freedom. That was like very transactional in that sense.
Wow. Like I need to do this, otherwise he's gonna get upset, or what?
Not necessarily he was gonna get upset, but maybe I wasn't gonna like, I was gonna miss something, you know? And like that like is a huge lie, that like you cannot miss what God has for you.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think like when you're just like with the Lord, he's like constantly like able to redirect you as you're like listening to his voice.
Well, it's really cool, right? Because I think about it sometimes where I'm like, I feel like his main point of a lot of things is relationship with him. So he's probably like very concerned in a different way, and he knows what you're actually like. What you're gonna miss a lot of the times is like here in this world, and maybe like you do something and that doesn't happen, but he's never gonna miss like what he actually has planned for you, right? Like the things he actually wants for you in relationship with him and stuff like that. Yeah. I know, it's so interesting. And so then you're going through this time at Pepperdine and kind of just like getting to like know God's gentleness and kind of just like he's like softening them. Yeah, that's so sweet.
Now I'm just like, I'm excited for life. Like there's like so much that I feel like the enemy can steal from you when like all it takes is for you to believe a lie.
So so good.
For you to like create this whole idea of like just like and a lot of it is like rooted in like fear and like trauma and but like the second that you give that to God and like he shows you his gentleness and is able to like walk you through freedom, it's like, wait, I actually do want that. Like and so I'm excited for that.
Wow. Yeah. That's so cool. And so then you went home, and how long have you been living home?
Just since January.
February,
March. And I don't think I'll be there for too long. No.
And so what has this been for you, like this time home?
Honestly, first month post-grad, there's a lot of grieving. Yeah. You're just like, wait, like that was my life before, and now this is my life now.
Yeah, my life was kind of like a fairy tale before.
Yeah, and so like
my life's still a fairy tale now.
Hey, but God is good.
God is good. He keeps it a fairy tale most of the time.
Yes. And like that's the thing that I've been learning. I'm like, wait, God, like you're still good even though I'm like back home. Like, like there's still work to be done. Yeah. And I think like which was interesting because my last semester here, I felt like I was in such a tender place where I was like, why am I so sensitive? Because I like couldn't cry for like a whole year.
Really?
Like before like when I was like at home, like everyone knew me, like in my family, like they're like, oh, Drea doesn't cry, like, but like those last few months before like leaving, like I was crying all the time, and I was like grabbing coffee with like mentors, and then I was just like a mess, like I was crying all the time. Um, but I think like the Lord was showing me like how to pursue Him and love Him even through suffering. Like that's like we know Jesus through like His goodness, but like I think like before there was like the resurrection, like He had to suffer, and there's a different intimacy of like knowing Him through His suffering and through the stuff that
So
not
true.
that like not that we have to go that deep and that low with Him.
Yeah.
I mean it's a
inevitable
great,
a
yeah,
bit,
it's a great it's a great place because He never like He feels closer to you when you are going through
It's
it,
true.
you know, because like you like you don't have any control at all
when you're really going to Him.
Yeah.
Right? When you're going through something, it's like you're constantly just like, God, please help me.
Yeah. Like you're reminded of Him so much. So I'm like, wait, God, like there is room for both. And there's seasons for both. And I feel like before going back home. And right now I feel like it's weird. Like I wouldn't say it's a complete like wilderness season, but it's definitely like a season of like preparing.
You feel like that right now? Wow.
And so
I kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
A little bit. Because, I mean, like, not wilderness. I mean, like, I'm like, it's so funny because Rocco was talking to me the other day, and he's like, talking about how he's like, I really need to pick up my sword. Like, what was it? My spear. I don't know. My cross. It was a cross. It was a cross.
Hey, the sword is fun too.
And then, but anyways, but he was just talking about how, like, whatever. But then I was just kind of like, a little bit, like, laughing at him a little bit, but it was just one of those things where I was like, Rocco, I mean, yes, but also, like, we're so blessed. Like, there's things, and I feel like that. I feel like I'm in, like, a time when I have to, like, a little bit pick up my cross and, like, kind of just actually have faith and all the things. But at the same time, I realized, like, in, like, understanding that I actually am, like, incredibly blessed, and my, like, cross is not, like, I don't know. I feel like that's where I'm at right now. Like, a place of, like, feeling a little bit like I need to pick it up, but then, like, trying to recognize, even if while I'm doing that, like, but I'm actually incredibly blessed in the meantime. So I'm not in this, like, crazy, like, such, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But yeah, but you feel like you're in, like, a little wilderness season right now.
Yeah, not fully, but, like...
A little bit.
It's, like, it's not my favorite place to be right now. Where I'm like, wait, God, like, I know this is not fully what you have. It's definitely, a transition.
What do you think can you feel what He's preparing you for? You're just trusting, like, He's preparing you.
Trusting.
Yeah.
That He's preparing me.
So good.
Because, like, right now I'm working part-time with a nonprofit.
Yeah.
And that has been really great. I mean, this month hasn't felt like part-time. It's been a lot of hours. But that's kept me busy. But at the same time, I'm like, wait. Like,
what's next? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, am I supposed to be doing this? Is this really what God has for me? And I do think He has me home for a reason. And, like, right now, one of the brothers is living at home because he lost his house in a fire last year. Like, towards the end of last year.
Palisades or what?
No. Like, it was, like, an electrical wiring stuff. And, like, he wasn't home. But his whole house just burnt down. And so, I wasn't, again, like, I wasn't raised around my brothers. And so, like, now I feel like it's interesting because it's, like, me and my two sisters. And we were, like, raised together. And so now living with a guy in the house is a completely different story. No shade, no tea, Rocco. I don't know. But, like, guys are so messy. And
it's true.
And it's interesting because, like, this brother, he struggled with substance abuse at a really young age. Like, he left home, like, at age 14. And there was moments in my childhood where I remember, like, he would come home and, you know, like, people are on drugs and they start talking and you're just like, wait, what are you talking? And it's because they're, like, under crazy spiritual, like, oppression and, like, there's a lot of, like, demonic manifestation that happens because it's, like, drugs are so spiritual, you know?
You think so?
And, yeah.
What do you think? How do you think?
I mean...
You think it just, like, opens up?
It opens up a lot. Yeah, it opens you up to a lot of, like, the spiritual side. And so, yeah, I remember, like, just being raised and, like, my brother would come home and I would get freaked out. I was like, who's it? Like, oh, get him away from me. But now that he's older, he's in such a not happier, but like healthier place, and like being able to love him where he's at, because when I was younger, I didn't understand that. Like I feel like all my like growing up, my brothers had all the intention, like, but that's like where most of my parents' like energy was like put, and
really?
Then I feel like they were emotionally absent for like me and my sisters,
because they were like, they're fine.
Yeah, they're like, they're fine. Like we're raising them well, you know, like, and so it's interesting because like each of my brothers, like I have my twin, like with my middle, so there's like the three brothers. The oldest brother is exactly like my older sister, but not exactly. Like we're pretty opposites, but like we look alike. We have like similar personalities. And then like my middle brother, he's like my twin, and so it's like interesting because we each have like our own like brother that like we so connect with. But he's like the youngest of the three that I was raised with. But right now he's living at home, and so that has been hard, but also very fruitful to like be able to love him and his daughter.
Wow, he has a daughter with you.
Yeah, all my brothers have kids.
Wow.
There's a lot of kids in my family. Like, my family's huge.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's just, like, my core family. That's not even...
And they all have a relationship with Jesus?
Yes and no.
Okay.
They, like, don't deny his existence again. Like, I feel like... But they haven't, like... They were hurt by the church, like, growing up. And so, they don't fully know Jesus in that way. But they will. I'm believing for it. They will. Yeah.
Wow. And so, right now you're getting to spend time with, like, your brother.
And my sister.
And your sister. Yeah. And kind of just, like, trusting that God's preparing you for something.
Yeah.
What do you think would be your dream? Like, what would be something that you just would love to do?
Oh, my God. There's so much. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like your 20s are it's such a fun time. And, like, I didn't know they were going to be this fun. And I, like, my aunt, too, like, I'm really close with my mom's sister. Like, she's like, your 30s are going to be even greater.
Really?
So.
I'm down.
I know. But there's so much I want to do. Like, I actually wanted to go to school for interior design.
Really?
Yeah. But then I studied business with a minor in nonprofit management. But I think it would be a dream to like have I don't know if it's a nonprofit or a business, but I think because of like my family situation, just to like have like some sort of like community like retreat where like young kids who are like navigating life who don't have family to come and rest and like be able to like pursue certain dreams or like have emotional support.
Wow.
Maybe it should be a nonprofit so they don't have to pay. But I think that would be a dream.
Wow, to, like creating a place for family for people who don't have one.
But like one that like, I don't know, I guess it depends on like the nonprofit. I feel like the nonprofit world, because I'm in it right now and I studied it for my minor, like there's so much like room for improvement in that sector. But it would be a dream to like have something like that. But that, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if that's like a 10-year goal or if like something I want to start now. But I also have such a heart for women. Like I love talking with just like girls and like, I don't know. I know that the Lord has called me towards that certain demographic, but I don't know fully what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Like encouraging women. Yeah. Or something like that.
But I don't think it's like public speaking. I love one-on-one time. I do love one-on-one time. But I don't know if that's like... I even like after graduating that first month, I was like, wait, am I supposed to do life coaching? So I went online. I'm like, how do I get like a life coaching like certification? Because I'm like, I don't study psychology. I can't actually like help, or counseling. Like I can't help them in that way. But I was like, but I love like just getting to know people and like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like when people share stuff about their life, like it doesn't, like it's not like shocking or scary or I don't know. It's like being able to just like empathize and like have compassion for people. Like I don't know. That's something that comes natural. Yeah. And like that's only God.
Yeah. So cool. So cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you like look back at everything then and you're like, because I feel like you've probably done a good amount of reflecting right now, right? Because you're in this. how do you see the way that God was working like through your childhood to now? Like, how do you think He like takes care of us in the midst of like things not being the way that they should be? You know?
Wow, that's such a deep question. Wow.
Or if they're just like, yeah, a little example of like a way you're like, oh wow, He was like taking care of me even though this is not what He wanted.
Yeah. I think like knowing the sole truth that like His intent for us is like to actually experience His goodness, and like there are certain things we may not understand fully, but it's like I feel like God is always there, even if it's like really bad. Like you just have to look for Him, and so I think right now where He's teaching me is like to like step into faith.
Wow.
In like financial provision.
Wow.
Because I feel like that's something I haven't seen Him fully like I don't know. For me, it's like my parents have been blessed and they've like blessed me in like for example like paying my like tuition for Pepper, and then that like in itself doesn't feel like I'm like wait there's no way they could pay because like my parents don't make that much money like I'm like wait but then like God provided.
Wow.
And like my dad is a really hard worker and like I admire his work ethic. My dad immigrated to the U.S.
from
Mexico.
Where?
I think I remember talking to you that you're half Mexican, right?
I'm half Mexican.
Yeah, but
are you half or are you full? Full.
But I was born and raised here. I don't speak much Spanish.
I don't speak any Spanish.
It's really bad.
I'm like pretty like it's so funny because like my mom. Well, my older siblings are white. Well, no, my older brother is Mexican. But anyways, like I feel like I like kind of like am half my heritage fully. Like I feel like I honestly feel like I need to like spend time in Mexico. Every once in a while, I'm like I need. Really?
I've only been to like the tippy like top of Mexico, like Baja California.
Yeah, I mean,
but never like deep.
My mom's like family's from like Mexico City area, so
my
we'll
mom's
go.
From there.
We probably had this conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so but your dad's from Mexico. He like works hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like I don't know if there's like a pride in like Mexicans and like their work ethic.
Yeah.
Like with the fact that like my dad came here looking for his dad because like again like I feel like substance abuse can be very generational. Like his dad was an alcoholic and he left Mexico, came to the US, and my dad literally crossed the border illegally.
Wow.
Guys.
Don't come at him.
Don't come. But yeah, like when I hear about like his upbringing and like he came and he was like on his bicycle collecting cans trying to make a living.
Wow.
And I like see that and I'm just like wait God like
you've taken care of
my dad in such a great way. And like the fact that like none of my parents went to college, but like my mom didn't go to college. Now like she does have like a degree now, but like from like a Bible college. Which she loves, but yeah, my mom was born in Mexico. She also she's a U.S. citizen now. Okay? But I'm like that's so funny because it's such a sensitive topic for a lot of people. But yeah, wait, I forgot what we were talking about.
Your parents. Where do you think you've seen God throughout all of it?
Oh yeah. Again, like financial provision and like his like fatherhood through them. But now I'm like, wait, God, like you could do it, like you could like have that provision to like you could show me that provision directly. Like it doesn't have to be through my parents.
Yes, yeah.
And so now I'm like having to trust him in that. I'm like, wait.
Oh, it's so huge. I think that's what I'm kind of stepping into right now because Rocco and I are getting married.
Yeah.
And I mean, like my family's just like that's like the people that help you. Like that's like your backup. Like that's like your net, right? And like just being like feeling like they financially helped you, and then being like you're not gonna be able to do that or really do that anymore. It's really scary, but then you're recognizing, okay, it was never you that was ever helping me. It was always God, and God knows that you like God has always been my actual safety net. Like you have seemed like my safety net because practically you are, but you never have been, and kind of just like trusting Him to be like, okay, like you're the only one who ever was taking care of me. Yeah. And you're taking care of them, but to take care of me, like it's all like you taking care of us, right? Yeah. So cool.
So I feel like I'm gonna step into that soon. Like I don't know if I'll be home for very long. Like,
yeah.
It was a hard yes to like say to God. I think both required a lot of faith. Like this was like my yes to like going back home was like faith and like believing that like God was gonna do something.
Wow.
And I do think He's working.
Mm-hmm.
Not maybe I don't see it all the time with my physical eyes, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like in the supernatural like sense, like He's doing a lot in like my brother's heart and like probably my parents' heart, and maybe they don't vocalize it. Even in my own heart, where I'm just like, wait, like I don't feel like I loved my family the best in those 2 years that I was here. Like I do think God gave me permission to like kind of like put up a boundary for that season. Then like going back home, it's like, wait, like I can't just like continue on with my life having like these resentments towards like my family.
Wow.
And so I feel like He's been teaching me a lot about all of that, like
so cool.
learning to forgive every day, especially when you like are in close proximity with your family and they like do something stupid and you're just like don't cross that boundary. And then you like God's like, oh, like forgive, like and I'm like, okay. And so I want to like leave home better than it was when I like got there, you know, like I don't want it to ever feel like I rejected my family. Because it's very easy to love people who haven't hurt you.
Yeah.
But like people have hurt you, like there's years of hurt and you're just like, wait, I don't like, and like there's obviously a time or like situations where you do have to completely like cut a person off. But I don't think that's fully what God wants me to do right now. Or at least ever, I hope. But yeah, I do think there's something else that the Lord has for me, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just like, God, like I just want to make sure that like I'm stewarding what You've given me, even though it doesn't feel like it's a lot. Like I want to make sure I'm stewarded and get well. So
so sweet, so sweet. Yeah, it's hard, and it's true. It's like when somebody's hurt you, and family has the ability to hurt you more than anybody else. Their hurts like hurt because it's like your family. Yeah. And so they've hurt you the most.
Yeah. Okay. But then there's that redemption story. Like God like He could like does the complete work. So yeah. I'm also believing for that, even if it takes 20 years. So I'm just like, okay, God, like
so good, so excited.
I know. I'll report to you in like maybe like 20 years.
Or maybe like next year.
Maybe next year. You never know.
Wow, the story has come to a Wow, that's amazing. And so like, do you think that meeting your brother is part of that, or do you think that's like another?
I think it's in there somewhere.
Wow. What do you think is something that you've learned from your family on like how you want to raise a family? You know what I mean?
Like
or not like, you know, like
no,
similar or
no. Okay. My brothers have a really tight relationship with each other. And like they've gone through it. Like their upbringing was a lot different than like my upbringing. Like I feel like they had a harsher upbringing than I did. But like to see like their faithfulness and loyalty to each other is like insane. It's like no other. I'm just like, yeah, they're like ride or dies. And I think like that's something like I want to raise my children like my mom too. Like she's like, oh, you can't have like other friends unless like you're good friends with your sister. And I was just like,
she says that?
Yeah. Like as a child, like my mom would like, if my older sister and I, we would get in fights, like she would like have us like hug. Like for like she'll like make us hug for like 10 minutes.
Really?
Until like
you broke.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I would say that's something I want to take into like.
And do you feel like that with your sisters, like very ride or die? Like you love them?
I love them. Like they're my besties.
That's so sweet.
Yeah. Because it's like they're like the people that like go through everything with you. Like they know everything. Like you don't have to even explain yourself. And like I think it makes your friendships that you have in life way more richer. Not that your friendships can't be rich if you're not close with your sibling, but it's just like the fact that you get to do that with someone that like, I don't know, it's like there's that, I don't know if there's science behind it, but like that I don't know, it's just like the fact that like God created us with like the same DNA and like we came from the same womb and like have similar experiences. There's like a crazy connection that you are able to receive. I don't know, I'm just blessed to have sisters, and now like even having friends, like girlfriends, like as I'm getting older, like I'm just like wait, like this is like what sisterhood feels like.
So good.
It's so fun.
So good. It's true. It's like with your sisters, it's like there's nobody else that really gets the whole picture or knows the whole picture. Yeah. Like Rocco doesn't even know the whole picture.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, well, what do you think would be like when, like, if you could pray or like a dream that you would have for like this year? What do you think would be like a big like dream for this year? Restoration in your family by the time you move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Restoration for my family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I literally just want a simple life. Like if I could just like leave home and then like have a resting place to just like I don't know, like hosting people seems so fun. Like I'm excited for that. Like I don't have like my own home right now, but I'm like excited to like host people and just like bring others into family. Like that would be really fun. Even if I don't have my own like nonprofit sort of like retreat center right now, I think that would be fun just to like start hosting. That's so fun. But yeah, I don't know fully. Like I want to like get into like ceramics and like, pick up like a craft with my hands because I feel like that's fun.
Wait, you should.
Yeah.
There's like the one in Malibu.
Oh, I have not gone, but I've seen.
That's the girl who I was talking about. We met Zoe. She's super sweet, and she like does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, then just like you feel like just like almost making your own world a little bit. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sweet. So sweet. Why do you think? Do you feel like? How do you feel like God has like impact? Like, do you think that without him, how do you feel like he's impacted the story? Like, you know what I mean? Like, without him, do you think that it would just be you would just be in a place of like, you know, where do you feel like you'd be?
Yeah. That's so funny. I feel like I would be a very like hippie person.
Really?
Like super spiritual. I think I still would be like
very spiritual.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he's given me like a different confidence to be able to like step into places. And like this is like a big part of like what he did in the past 2 years. Like I feel like I like used to be so shy, Kepra. Like
really
I'm so shy. Like I would consider myself pretty reserved. But there's some people in my life they're like, Drea, like when I first met you, like I didn't think you were shy. So like just even having that like spiritual like that not necessarily spiritual freedom, but like that like inner freedom to just like be myself and like be completely like some people will like live their lives like wanting to be one way and maybe that's what the Lord has designed them for and has like wired them for, but they feel like there's like this dissociation between like who they are and who they want to be and like
and who they want to be is the person that they believe that God has created them to be, but they just can't get to it.
Yeah, and they haven't been able to get there because there's like a lot of like bondage or like, or lies that they're believing to keep them from like getting there. And like when they finally connect, it's just like, wait, that feels so right. And so I feel like that's what got like that's what I've been able to experience with the Lord, where I'm like, wait, like I was a pretty depressed.
Really?
I was like a pretty like depressed like kid growing up. Aww. Like I wasn't like I wouldn't show it to people, but like inside I was like, wait, why do I feel sad all the time? Oh. And yeah, and like being able to experience God's joy in like simple things is like a crazy revelation in itself, like in your own heart, like the fact that you live with yourself like every day and like you are the only one who like knows all the thoughts you think besides God, you know, like in the end of the day it's like you and God and you're just like you have to go every day living with yourself. But then when you like bring the good news of Jesus, it's like wait, he actually allows us to like reach in that full completeness that he has for us.
Wow.
The identity that we're like, wait, you're like,
created to be.
Yeah, and you're like, wait, something feels missing in me. And so I feel like that's where God has been in my life for me, where it's like, wait, like I already feel like there's already a big part of like my identity that like he's restored. Wow. And so now it's like, I think like you continue on with your life like every year, like coming back to that alignment, becoming like the person you created to be. Yeah, like it's like, yeah. And then now there's like extra stuff that God gets to like shower you in, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like this is so like fun. What, like just like simple pleasures of life, where it's just like, wait, God, you actually care about like, I don't know, like the things I want, like the simple desires of your heart, you know? Or maybe they're like extra desires, but God still cares about them, you know? And so being able to like, I don't know, like not constantly like live from a fight or flight state to like actually like delighting in his presence and like getting to experience him in like other ways. Well, like we forget that we can do that with God. Like, yeah. Like all the little moments. Yeah. No, it is so true. Yeah. So true. Well, thank you, Drea. Thanks for having me. This is so sweet. If you could like kind of describe like one way that you feel like, I don't know, you've like, I don't know, like one encouragement to like anybody listening, like what would it be? What is something that you'd be like, I want to encourage you? Okay. I would say that God's promises are yes and amen, and that nothing that the devil or any like poor decisions that we make sometimes, because sometimes you like to blame it on the devil, but sometimes it's like poor decisions, like none of that can separate you from like the love of God. Like none of it. And God's complete desire for us is to like know him and to be known and to be loved. Wow. Not just by him, but by others, through family, and to also like have fun on this earth, like, and that's part of maybe knowing him. Yeah. And I feel like it's very easy sometimes, like when life is like really glitz and glamour, that's not a bad thing. But for like people who don't feel that way all the time, or maybe it's like they have all the glitz and glamour, but it's masked. Still, yeah. Like God deeply cares for that person and loves them. And whether they feel overlooked or overseen or like rejected, it's like God loves you. He wants to be your best friend. And there's so much healing that comes with knowing God. Like it's not like this like one time like thing that like God all of a sudden like heals, but it's like so relational in the fact that there's like certain things that he like will bring us through to heal us, something, and to like also allow us to flourish on earth. So I think I was recognizing when we were singing, what is it, like The Rock, what was the song we were singing today? I build my on the firm foundation. And I feel like right now, I feel like, because like I just feel like I don't have anything else to really trust on or lean on. And I feel like you think of that as like, oh, that sucks, I need like these things, and I almost was like, no, you're doing that because like you're the only thing I can lean on. So that's what you're saying with like, I feel like even in like the things it's like he takes away, it's because he's trying to like flourish you. Yeah. So good. So good. So good. So good. Thanks, Drea. This is so good. Thank you. Aww. So precious. Thanks, Rocco. I know. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye. I love listening. It's done. Hey, you were kind of disruptive, not gonna lie, Rocco. It's okay. I could hear you. We could hear you. Wait, who was this guy?
Your food guy.
Wait, but why'd you talk to him so long? Was he sweet, or was
he talking about how it took him like 20 minutes to find this place?
Really? Did you get lost?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, poor guy.
Drea, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
What are your plans today?
I'm gonna drive back home later. I have a work